Do you ever feel like there's never enough time in the day? Struggling to switch off from work, the internet, or even social media? It's time to reconnect with family, friends, colleagues, and most importantly, yourself. Welcome to the Be More Social Daily Challenge, where you don't just find time, you take it back. Simply share 10 minutes a day being more social. Are you ready to reconnect, be present, and enjoy the moments that matter? Let's be more social today.
G'day, g'day, g'day. Have you ever heard the saying, time is a commodity? Well, curiously enough, what I'm doing here is I'm sharing my challenges to try and create more time, trying to give more time, trying to find more time in my day. Now, what does it mean when someone says time is a commodity? You've probably heard the saying, money's a commodity, or shares are commodities, or the stock market, that's all around commodities. Well, let's look at time. So today in my challenge, I look at empowering language. And yesterday, the challenge was strengthening habits. So looking for ways to develop habits that empower me. And I'm going to combine those 2 days today and find ways to develop my habits through using empowering language. So I'm going to share with you my reflection on yesterday and how my intentions today to use empowering language. And I'm going to do that through time. So to give you a bit of context, I got up about 4 o'clock in the morning and I set myself habits for the day. So yesterday, what I did was I started to articulate on paper the hours of my day, and I break it up into my time, sharing time with my puppy Pippi. You might have seen one of the videos, Pippi Power. There's another channel for her and me and my wife. On top of that, we've got 9 to 5 regular routines where I share time there and compartmentalize that time. And then once I'm finished, what do I do into the evening? So I started to break it down. And what I realized is I'm really energized in the morning. And as the day goes through, sort of time gets ahead of us and we get tired and hungry and stressed. And, sometimes I'm not the best person to be around in the evening. Sometimes I'm great, sometimes not so great. So what I've identified is I want to find the tasks throughout the day that are going to energize me most. And I'm going to start my day doing what energizes me. So 4 o'clock in the morning here, it's a bit dark. The sun doesn't come up until probably 5:30. So I sit here and reflect on what happened yesterday. I have a wellness check that I check into myself every evening. And more often than not in the evening, because I'm tired and stressed, the answers I give aren't 100%. They're low on the scale because I'm assessing where I'm at the end of the day. So I then do it again in the morning, reflecting on yesterday. And what I find is because I have more energy, I find things that I was focusing on yesterday not so draining, energizing. I'm starting to look for things that gave me time, the habits that I started setting up. So let's look at time and how we can use empowering language. So similar to the commodity like money, let's use language around money and time. So when it comes to time, we spend time, we earn time, we take time, we give time. But the important one is we share time. So it's not great to take time off people, is it? But it's really great and empowering to give time to people. But what I find most empowering is sharing time. So sharing time with you, sharing time with my dog, sharing time with my wife, but I prefer to do it in person. And that's why this challenge has been set up, to be more social. So yes, you'll find me on social media and I'm being more social online, but this is a very small part of my day. I go for a walk after this 1 minute TikTok that I do in the morning, and that walk is around 30 minutes to an hour. That's me going out with Pip, meeting people, saying hello, saying good morning, using hopefully empowering language, smiling, asking them if they're having a great day. Now, just in that, the difference between saying, how are you, and are you having a great day? People are thinking about, oh, am I having a great day? And more often than not, you'll get the answer yes. And I find, especially in the morning. So as I look outside, I think, okay, so what is it when people say, I need more time? What does that mean? Because you can't just manifest time. You need to find time. And what I've found is by doing my challenge. So focusing on habits yesterday, focusing on empowering language today, I'm finding more time in my day. I'm building structure. I'm finding ways where instead of rushing through or cutting corners, I'm actually spending my time wisely, and I'm sharing it with you. And I'd love other people to see the power that could happen from a challenge like this, whether it's your challenge, my challenge, the challenge. Remember, the challenge is to be more social, to disconnect from the online world that we live in. We don't have to check emails every 5 minutes. We don't have to check how many posts have been liked or how many comments that someone's responded to every minute of every day. We can get caught up in these things. This is a habit. It's just a matter whether you consciously are aware of whether the habits are empowering you or disempowering you. So by using empowering language, what you're telling your subconscious mind is you're starting to look for those habits that you want to achieve. Now, in the past, I've just gone, okay, I'm going to do this habit, this habit, this habit, and this habit. And I don't write it down. And I do it for the first 3 days, 5 days, 6 days. And then I start thinking about even better habits. But the original habits drop off. So what I've identified is I need to record these. I need to put them down somewhere, whether it's here in a video form on a platform that I can revisit at any time and check out all the videos I've done in the past, or whether I put a poster on the wall and it lists my habits. Now that poster could end up being very, very big, but that to me is what a vision board is having a list of habits that you want to achieve. Now some people will say, oh, if you want a flash car, put a picture of a flash car up there. Well, that's great if you're thinking about manifesting a car out of nowhere. But if you want more time, then manifest that in a list of habits you want to form and check in with yourself. And it's okay if you miss one of those habits. So for example, one of my habits was to implement intentional breathing every morning and every evening, and perhaps in the middle of the day. I shouldn't say perhaps, in the middle of the day. So 3 times a day, because I love doing things in threes: breathing in the morning, breathing around lunchtime, and breathing before I go to sleep. Now everyone breathes, but this is purposeful, intentional breathing. Some people call it meditation. I call it a time where I focus on the numbers that I'm counting in my head. I breathe in for 4 seconds, I hold that breath for 4 seconds, and then I breathe it out for 8 seconds. So what I found most empowering is the breathing out part is letting go of the day. It's letting go of what was yesterday. It's letting go of what was last night. And the one in the middle of the day, it's letting go of whatever crap I came confronted with in the morning. And that's becoming less and less because of the habits that I'm forming and the language that I'm using. Now, interestingly enough, one of my habits now is I'm starting between that 4, whatever time I wake up and the sun coming up, is scrolling through TikTok, looking for information that I want to follow, stuff that's empowering. And if you went back 6, 12 months ago, if you went through my algorithm, it would be negative stuff. And that's because I believe at the time I was looking for some way to help people that were negative. But what that was doing is I was taking on that negative thought process. I was taking on that negative emotion. And that was a really dark habit for me to have. So I've shifted that slightly. And man, has that algorithm shifted along with it. I'm finding more and more great content. What I've also come to realize is when you're looking at comments or you're actually looking at the post, you will find whatever you're looking for. So if you're looking for positive, empowering language, you will find it. If you're looking for negative, disempowering language, you'll also find it. But it's a matter of how do you want to share your time? How do you want to spend your time? How do you want to take up your own time? Because this is really powerful. Time is really powerful. It is the only thing you have. So people might say, I need more time. You can't get time out of thin air, but you can give yourself more time. You can share more time with others. There's a saying I've heard over and over again. If you feel like you don't have something, give it to someone else. So if you feel like you don't have enough time, give some time to someone you know, someone you love. But I'm coming to the wrap up here. I promised myself I would only do 10-minute videos in the morning. There may be a few of them. But if you're interested, in the bio and the description, there will be all the information of links of where you can find the long version, the short version, the podcast, all this information. I'm hoping someday someone's going to comment, I'm in the challenge and today I'm focusing on empowering language. It could be today. I've only been posting this, I think, maybe 2 weeks tomorrow. So it won't be long. I'm sure someone's going to like it. Someone's going to enjoy it. Someone's going to do it. And someone's going to find more time in their life through this challenge, through your challenge, through the challenge that you take on. So I'd love to hear from you. And hey, I'd love to share your story. So I'm curious. I want to follow you. I'm still learning how to follow people, but gotta go. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening. Join us tomorrow as we continue the challenge to be more social. Listen to Danny Crouch as he shares his journey with you. We hope you'll jump in and share yours too. Drop a comment below and let us know how your challenge is going, ask a question, and share what you learned today. You'll find more info in the description and bio or visit chooseyachapter.com.au. Let's make today count to be more social.